Now, the government is nudging agro-processors to increase the uptake of locally produced raw materials to boost the agriculture industry. Micro, Small and Medium Principal Secretary Susan Mangeni, use of locally produced material remains low despite Kenya being an agrarian economy. She spoke during a meeting with various manufacturers.
The agriculture sector contributes close to 30% to Kenya's gross domestic product, employing almost 70% of the country's labor force. The industry also accounts for almost 80% of Kenya's export basket, where 90% of all exports are in raw form. The government is now urging manufacturers to increase the uptake of locally sourced raw materials for value addition.
We want to see how do we mobilize these people? How do we build their capacity around opportunities so that now we start enterprising, for example, in agricultural sector farming.
Speaking during a meeting with manufacturers, Micro, Small and Medium Principal Secretary Susan Mangeni has said the government is in the process of establishing agro-processing zones in every county to reduce transport costs and lower post-harvest losses.
Most of our MSME players are still unbanked, unserved, and nobody reaches them down there.
Manufacturers say the low uptake of locally sourced raw goods is caused by a major disconnect in the agricultural value chain. The manufacturers say Kenya has the capacity to improve this if the manufacturers integrate local producers in the agricultural value chain.
We are starting from the market. We as agro-processors, we are the market. Of course, the consumer is the end market, but we are the market for those raw products. So once we aggregate this and we start working backwards, CAM is playing the role of convening power, bringing the processors, the financiers, the government in terms of policy, technology, how to access the farmers. So we want to work together to bring this ecosystem.
Agro-processing currently contributes 2.4% to national employment and 3.2% to Kenya's gross domestic product, while accounting for 8.5% of exports.
Farming still remains our backbone. However, we've only been looking at it from a subsistence perspective, from a food perspective, and not subsistence level. So most of our farmers have been farming for their own seasonal, food provision.
Backward integration, a new concept that the Kenya Association of Manufacturers is trying to push to local producers in order to ensure that value addition is done to products at the source for more income. Ibak Said for Easy Friday.